Alrighty. It do be like
Alright.
that.
That's one of the things that I say. What time is it?
Oh, it's 3 a.m.
3 a.m.?
I gotta go do the thing.
Richard.
Helen, I have to do this.
Yeah, it do be like that.
Oh, God. That's like Jasper, except for the only thing this cat missing is licking my hair.
That is... There's a reason this one currently has 3,500 upvotes. Because, yeah. That is... Also, that fucking end screen right there.
Oh, man. So I have two cats. I have Jasper and Tater. And Jasper's a little shit because he comes into the room and does the wang dance on you.
Which is clawing at
What
whatever
he
you
needs, but like Jasper is an absolute fucking freak, and whenever he does it, like, you know, his little cat bits like join the party, and that's why we call it the wang dance. And I have another cat, and his name is Tater, and Tater doesn't do the wang dance, but Tater's loud as shit. So like, you know, it's like vocals and rhythm. Jasper jumps on you and he gets his rocks off on your blanket where Tater is just, he's very loud. So he doesn't do much of like the physical stuff, but he's sitting there and he goes, meow, 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 meow. Meow, and it scares the whole house awake because it's just like a demon screeching in the hallway. And you're like, there have been times where like my mom, my sister, and I get up and we all like convene in the hallway and we're like, what is that? And then there's Tater and he's just there like, meow, like, ah! We're like, oh my God, Tater, everyone's alive. Calm down. And he just has family meetings like once a month where he's just like, oh, okay.
To fucking Markiplier cat voice. Am I a cat? Meow.
The range he can achieve is like there's so many human beings who would be jealous because, like I said, it starts off and he's just like meow, 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 and I hate it, and it just scares me. So many nights I've been awake, and he just the devil screams into the void. I'm so scared.
Well, maybe I can reassure you with one of the best TikTok accounts, according to this Reddit post right here.
Okay.
Oh, Caroline, oh, keep my name out of your thin mouth. What did Caroline do, Helen? She stole my broccoli, casserole recipe 8 years ago, and claimed it was hers. She claimed it was hers. No, you're not talking about it, my people, Caroline. No, she a pretty lady. She's a rotten recipe stealing bitch. Doris. No, careful who your friends are.
Context. Me and Jinxie have seen this post before on a completely different channel where it was just read out.
I don't know if I've actually... Is this a Sorrow TV post?
The Sorrow TV is where we saw it originally, but this is a separate TikTok where this person does songified versions of internet drama.
First of all, God bless Sorrow TV. Like, I hope you put out more soon, friend, because I absolutely adore your videos. My sister watches them when she works her 10-hour shifts at Amazon. So, God bless Sorrow. But I would have to agree. This is one of the best TikTok accounts I've ever seen. Caroline is a recipe stealing bitch. Doris, careful who you're friends with. Just, I love old people Facebook
Oh, that's where we
because
found it. Old people Facebook. So it was either MK or Sorrow. I'm pretty sure it was Sorrow because he voice acted it.
I don't remember this one, so this is the first time that I recall seeing this post. It doesn't mean that it's not true. Like, whoever did it, you guys, hats off to you. But I love hate old people Facebook or just old people on social media in general, because while me and Tetra are here and we're sitting here like
Yeah, we're firmly in the millennial category.
yeah, exactly. We're sitting here fighting for our lives on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or wherever. Like, can you please like let us be included in the gayness just because we like everyone, please? Like wouldn't it be nice if you appreciated bi and pan people too? And then there are old people who are just like, Caroline, 8 fucking years ago, you stole my broccoli casserole recipe, and I'm never gonna forgive you for it, bitch.
Completely public post. Keep my name out your thin mouth, Caroline. This subreddit. There's another one of this that's really famous on TikTok. I don't know if I've added it. If I haven't, it will be in the next set we record. If it's not in this set, it will be in the next one. People who are in the comments saying, "Where's the other one?" It's gonna happen. It will happen.
God. Oh no. I whoever this creator is, God bless them.
They are so good. They will be added in the tags at minimum. An icy
Okay.
day in the Midwest.
Oh.
Well, it's certainly chilly today.
Was that their
As
window?
a point, that was the ice that had formed on their window. They then wound the window down and proceeded to stick their head through the ice that was left behind. As a explanation as to why Jinxie is so confused, Jinxie is from Arizona in Phoenix, United States. I am from Essex, United Kingdom, where we have seen ice.
What is that? It's on the car, but
It's ice.
it's not sunshine?
What is?
Wait. I
What is? This is a dust.
ice? Is that what you ice? But it's not in the cup. It's on the car. There is ice
yes,
on
when,
the car.
When there's enough sleet and or freezing rain, it will
Wait.
freeze a line across the car, and where in that case you can wind down a window and then just leave the ice behind. That is a thing you can do.
I've
feel
heard
you're still
some
about
of
to be
these
facetious at me.
terms. I have heard some of these terms before in a science class many years ago when I was in college. My professor went into the details of this arraign that you speak of. I've never seen it.
I feel like you're being facetious.
I can't like honestly, on a real note though, I cannot even fucking fathom what this would be like. Like, I've had frost on my windshield when I'm getting ready for work at like 6 a.m. and I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then like I drive and as I drive, it becomes water droplets, and then I wipe them away, and I'm like, God, this is so frustrating. But I've never in my life experienced something like this. And that's why I thought like he broke through his fucking window because I cannot even fathom having weather like that. That's so terrible. What are you guys doing? I mean, no matter what, yes, our summers get to 100 degrees Celsius, or so not Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or like 40 degrees Celsius. But I've never, ever in my life had to wipe the sunshine off my car. Like, are you people okay? Should
As
I
a pu-
call someone?
Well, here's the question. We have had to throw a jug of water over our windscreens to be able to see. I did that last week. I had to throw a jug of water over my windscreen to be able to see when I drove. When was the last time you would have lived without aircon? How long
see-
in Phoenix could you live? What's the maximum amount of time you could survive in a home without air conditioning?
Assuming you had running water, I would say
Indefinitely, if you had running water, you could continuously feed yourself to cool yourself down.
if you have running water, you can survive. If
But
you don't have running water, if you had no air conditioning and no running water, you could probably last 3 days.
yeah, humans have a habit of picking places on Earth and being like, you know what? This is an affront to any gods that exist. Let's live here. And just choosing that as a place to stay.
I can't even fathom living here. We lived here for a week without air conditioning,
I
and it
was
was
there.
one
It
of
sucked.
the most miserable. That's why I said we. It was one of the most miserable existences of my life. I remember getting up in the morning and just waking up and wiping the sweat from my face, and I was so miserable, and it was so hot that it made my skin flare up, so I started breaking out and just rubbing it over and feeling all those sore spots on my face and knowing that this was just my existence. It was
Yeah.
absolutely miserable.
And
That
that's
being
from
said,
someone
I
who
lived in
lives there.
yeah, that's from me who lives there. That being said, I've been to England when
Couple
it's not even when it's the coldest, when it's like 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like I don't know, like 5 Celsius, and just waking up in the middle of the night and feeling the chill on my legs and feeling it on my face and on my like in my heart. And waking up and just genuinely being miserable and
Jinx,
knowing like no matter how much I shivered and how much I shook that I was just cold, and it's a different type of feeling from being hot, because being hot and you're miserable and your skin's damp, like that sucks. But being cold, it's just something else. I would feel it in the core of my ribs, of my legs, and I couldn't even be cold at that time. I would just lay awake and I was so miserable and I was so uncomfortable because I was cold and I couldn't even shiver at that point, which, by the way, is the onset of hypothermia.
yeah.
And I would just lay there, just unable to deal with the fact that I was so dreadfully unhappy. And that's why I will never live in a place that it's cold, because being hot is one thing, but being cold is another experience.
But that's where I'm on the other side of this, because obviously I'm from the UK. Like, when Dakota was here, I could go out in shorts. This week recently, tonight when we're recording this, I went out and it was too cold for me. I took out the bins and then I came back in because I was so cold. I couldn't wait. I was just too cold. It hurt my skin levels of cold. But I can deal with cold because you can always put on another blanket. You can always wear more. I love the cold because you can always step up. There's only so many places you can go to legally when you are too hot. If you're too cold, you put on socks. You put on a sweater. You put on thermals. If you're too hot, you get arrested. If you were to go to the level.
And I suppose that's where I'm biased because since I live in such a hot place, it is legally required that you provide air to people. Like the company, when my air was out for a week, they got fined very heavily by the government. We later found out because it is absolutely inexcusable to
'Cause
allow
people
human
will
beings to
die.
live in that kind of quality. It's gotten to the point that during our summer months from like and it's an insanely long amount of time. It's from like July to October. You can't legally cut somebody's electricity for being past due on your bills because you'll kill those people. So in my community, you have air conditioning. And so I go from my air conditioned house to my air conditioned car to my air conditioned, wherever I'm
Yeah.
going, place of business, play like the shops that I'm going to. You legally have to have air because it's just if you don't, like the government will come down on you so hard. In
Yeah.
England, it's not like that. So when it's 110 in England, you just fucking die. Or when it's -40 in England, you just die. And
Or
that's
you
why
just,
I
you just
can't.
wear a blanket or put on a jacket.
I could walk to Walmart and be absolutely fine.
I said I could. Your family didn't let me.
You could not walk to Walmart. As a note to everyone here, Tetra almost died of heat stroke while he was in the US
That was my
because
fault.
he would drink 2 bottles of water a day and think that he was fine in Phoenix, Arizona. And he would drink about 3 or 4 beers. And he was like, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Some
I'll be
Coke, some
fine.
beers, and then like 2
He
glasses
would
of
drink
water.
Cokes and beers and 2 glasses of water. And
Yeah.
he was like, I'm fine. And then he almost got heat stroke.
Almost. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I made a dumb thing. But I don't know this. In my country, oh, you're a little warm? Have some tea. Put on a coat. Wear some socks. Wear a blanket.
your brother's wedding begs to differ.
That is the what's the term? The something that proves the rule. The exception that proves the rule. Yes, the summer in the UK is getting hotter. I can't imagine why. Surely someone somewhere must have the answer as to why the country is getting hotter every year. Oh no. I'm sure there's a reason. Oh
Have you
no, some
considered
political
praying to
people think it's
Jesus?
upset. I'm sure some political people think it's upsetting and not appropriate to their income as to why the country's getting hotter and why the earth itself is probably doomed in the next 100 or so
Listen,
years. Oh no, what a
listen,
shame.
Tetcher. There was a snowflake in your country in the last week. Global warming doesn't exist.
I see
You,
snow. Checkmate, atheists.
there was frost on your window. Therefore, all those fucking people who got degrees, who spent $7,500,000 going to school, what the fuck do they know? Do I have a bachelor's degree from a community college? Yeah, so you could say I'm pretty much an expert.
Yeah. Those billions of dollars of research don't mean anything because all those satellite scans of temperatures can't be trusted because we all know that the world is a pancake with an ice shield around the outside to stop the water falling out. And that's what every reasonable person believes. And that's how we know that it is no such thing as global warming. And in fact, the reason temperatures have been getting hotter each year is because God has been turning up the thermostat.
I'm so glad you see it my way. You see, the reason that everything has been getting warmer is because every 100 years, God flips the pancake because the earth is flat like a
Of
pancake.
course.
But he has abandoned us because there are gay people, there are people of color, there are
Yeah, all things
men
God
who
made, but
think it's
that's not
okay
okay.
to cry. So, because of those things, God has abandoned us and he's left
People
the
who
pancake.
yeah,
And if we just pray to him and shoot really hard, God will allow us to flip the pancake.
the true reason why the world has been getting hotter year upon year upon year, past the I can't remember the exact name of it, but the actual carbon dioxide levels of turn that we should be getting to that point that we've massively blasted past at this point. There is a term for it. I wish I knew it off by hand. But past that, the reasoning for that, the reasoning that the country's been getting hotter for all these terms is because you, at home, won't say Merry Christmas. You will say Happy Holidays. And that's why the world is getting hotter. If you could just say Merry Christmas, and if everyone in the world, including those of non-Christian beliefs, could say Merry Christmas, we would solve every single one of the world's problems. Or everyone who's non-Christian, just be Christian for a bit, fucking fivehead. Just solve all our problems. Just be Christian for a bit. That'll solve it.
Are you not white? Are you not Christian? Just be born Christian and white, fivehead. Like, this is the problem. Have your needs and wants been invalidated by your government? Just be white and say Merry Christmas. Do you cry for political change? Have you considered the fact that you don't say Merry Christmas?
You know what? Those Capitol stormers would have been completely fine if they just wished Nancy Pelosi Merry Christmas. Would have been fine. So much of this is probably not okay for YouTube. So much of this is probably not okay. I'm gonna have to watch this when I'm sober to work out how much of this is okay for YouTube. Apparently, a load of people stole AOCs shoes. Did you not know this? They stole the lectern. They stole a lot of people's mail, a lot of senators' mail, and they stole AOC shoes. They stole a lot of AOC shoe collection from the Capitol building. If they just done that and said, "This is for people who need them. Merry Christmas, AOC," it would have been fine. I have no idea how much of this is okay for YouTube. Let's wreck the place. Let's steal Harrison's mail. What if we took her shoes?
I'm just imagining. They break into the Capitol. They're all wearing their fucking furs and horns and shit. They see her office. Her full name doesn't even say AOC. And finally, one amongst them, as they've all been bouncing the same brain cell back and forth, realize who it is. And they're like, that's that woman of color who's been causing shit in New York.
Playing Among Us.
Playing Among Us on Twitch, like grinding to silver in League of Legends. And they're like, fuck that woman. She's of color. She thinks that people deserve rights no matter what they look like or who they worship or what their creed is. We need to get a message across to her, no matter what it takes. And all of her work for her job there, everything she's ever worked to achieve, everything she's ever been sent a death threat for, anything she's ever been ostracized or campaigned against is laying in her office. There's so many state secrets available for the taking because nobody but her and her specific aides are in her office. All this private New York government stuff is in there, and they're like, they see your fucking Converse on the ground. I don't know why, but I assume she just wears Converse
In the office.
out of the Senate. And they're like, take her fucking shoes. Just fucking take them. There's no way she'll recover from this.
She just rolls up to the Electoral College debate in a pair of Vans on a skateboard. Oh man, this one's not going to be easy to edit.
AOC just fucking kickflips into the building. Is like, what up? Rights for immigrants.
Rolls through Congress. Does a kickflip in front of Mitch McConnell. Trans rights. Rolls past.
And like, all of them are aghast. Like the senator of Montana just fucking dies.
Well, I never. The back of the room. Senator for Kansas, Jessica Lovejoy, comes up. Won't somebody please think of the children? AOC just rolls out the room. No shoes, of course. They got stolen. Oh man. I think that's where we'll end it. We're just going to have to edit this into whatever the next one. That might just be an episode. It's a fucking own. Holy shit. This might be a 0.5 episode because we just talked for like 20 minutes about AOCs Shoes.
Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is just like rock on AOC. He's got like a fucking like heart tattoo on his neck that he never shows anybody, that he just reveals for a second. He's like,
yeah.
love wins AOC.